Hi, my name is Jake, and for my Nim project, I've made 3 different repellents in one repellent folder, each for a certain game mode of Nim. Now, the first game mode we'll be looking at is player versus player. You'll be first given the input of whether you want to go first or not. Entering yes will give you the status of player 1 and allow you to go first. It will also display that it's your turn. Next, you'll be given an input whether you want to input 1 or 2. You're allowed to input 1 or 2. And it'll be displayed what the sum is. Since I've entered 2, the sum is now 2. It also displays player two's turn. Player 2 is allowed to enter 1 or 2. One feature of this code, though, is that no matter what you enter, 0, 3, or even a ridiculously large number, it won't go into the sum. Only when you enter 1 or 2 will it go into the sum. Now, as I try to skip ahead to where we get to 21, you can see in the code what I have. When we eventually hit 21, the code will hit a JAP Champagne show message dialog that says who wins, whether it be player 1 or player 2, and we hit a code break, which will terminate the loop. All right, and we are now at 21. Now, if you're the winner, it'll say the sum is now 21, and it says you win player 2. And then the code breaks. And then for my next game mode, I have player versus computer. In this game mode, it's the exact similar to the player versus player, with the exception that there is an int for computer, and that integer is a math.random that will hold a random number in between 1 or 2 and add it to the sum. Now, something that I'm pretty proud of that I've coded is a superbot that is actually quite cocky. It it has the basis of the player versus player, so you'll input whether you want to go first, and if you make the unfortunate mistake of hitting yes to go first, it'll ask you, are you ready to lose? And even if you type no, you didn't have a choice. Player 1, you will go first. If you input 2, the bot will input 3. The strategy for the game of Nim is to always keep your turn on an even number, or not an even number, on a multiple of 3. If you enter 1 and make the sum 4, the superbot turns it to 6, a multiple of 3. No matter what you do, the bot will always get it to the number 9, or a multiple of 3. And as you do this, you have no chance of winning, as the bot's already predetermined that it can win since you've gone first. The only way to win in this mode, as you can see, 18, it's already set up the win. The only way to win in this game mode is if you go to the else block, which means that you selected that no, you do not want to take the first chance. And if you've played enough Nim games, you know the strategy, and if you know what you're doing, you can't lose. So now that the sum is on 21, it's now the superbot's turn, and he inputs 1, which makes it 21. And it says, what a surprise, the computer programmed to win won. And these are the 3 game modes I've made for Nim, and I'm pretty proud of what I coded.